Good morning, everyone. It is 8:03. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here. Let's get in depth on your forecast to help you plan out your week, all right? So some showers to start, but a lot of those have kind of fizzled on out as of right now. Isolated showers possible later today. Not a big deal. Very light if they do pop up. Wettest though tomorrow. Some storms, question mark. Yeah, they could be embedded storms. We'll get to that part of the forecast in just a minute. Let's talk about today. All right, so the wind flow is gentle coming in from an easterly direction. It's going to keep the temperatures down, kind of keep us kind of cloudy. You notice later on, like tonight, a brief shower chance. But honestly, there could be a shower that pops up this afternoon as well. Slightly greater chance for that off towards the west. And we'll show you future radar in just a bit. Today, along the shoreline, again, you could get an afternoon shower, otherwise a slightly higher chance as we get into the late evening hours, so that you have several hours of dry weather, so not looking bad. It's tomorrow. Yard work not going to happen in the morning, not in the early afternoon, but potentially by the evening hours once this system clears on out. So the good news, with all the rain that we received over the weekend and what we'll get for tomorrow, there's no need to water those plants. I'm loving it. All right, the dew point. I'm liking, not loving, but it's a change. I can tell that it's not super muggy outside, and we're going to be watching these numbers, unfortunately, go back upwards again, back to pretty muggy. That's almost up to the highest level of muggy tomorrow, but just one day. I can handle that, can you? So we're going to get down into that pleasant range Wednesday through the weekend. Loving it. All right, let's talk about our First Alert Futurecast. Just gives us an idea. There's that spot shower chance this afternoon. That's 4 o'clock. They might get a random one late tonight. No big deal. And then tonight we'll be watching, heading into tomorrow morning, fog developing, a limited visibility as you head out the door. Allow extra travel time tomorrow morning for the fog, and especially for this. This is 8 a.m. Rain, some embedded downpours, perhaps some claps of thunder. There's 10 o'clock. It's moving across the state, and by the early afternoon, we say bye. Now, there's one last little tail end that will develop, clipping northwestern Connecticut tomorrow late evening. That's 8 o'clock, and then it fizzles on out. We're good to go. So there is a low risk for excessive rainfall, and we're talking about there could be a zone, not so much with today's little piddly-widdly stuff, but a zone tomorrow where you get these downpours to drop at least an inch to maybe 2 inches of rainfall. So this just kind of gives you an idea, don't get focused on the exact position because it never ends up that way. But yeah, it just gives you an idea. There could be locally heavy rainfall in a few spots. So the pollen count for today is kind of moderately low. Then we go low and we stay low on Tuesday and Wednesday thanks to the rain. All right, let's talk about the outlook for precipitation. 6 to 10 days out, leaning a little bit wetter, but nothing too extreme. And same goes for the beyond the 7-day precipitation outlook. All right, the temperature outlook with all of this kind of extra cloudiness around will kind of hold us back a little bit, maybe with the temperature department, and then equal chances. So no extremes in either direction for us. So what's normal? 56 for a low. We've been kind of at that or close to it this morning. Not going to hit 78 today, but we're going to start to be above those numbers by the time we get to Wednesday. So let's show you that First Alert 7-day forecast. We're going to just jump ahead past tomorrow's little muggy rain and maybe a few thunderstorm activity the front part of the day, more disruptive. So just give you that first alert for that weather. That could slow you down initially. A little smoky haze, no impacts to air quality as of right now for Wednesday. Just beautiful weather with 82. We're above average through Friday with the warmest day. Thursday, 87 now for a high. So we went a little warmer. Overnight lows generally in the low 60s. There'll be some 50s, obviously. Other parts of our state, the cooler spots. Chance for showers Saturday as of right now. So keep checking back with that weekend forecast. Unfortunately, it's not looking like a perfectly dry one, but we are not seeing any signal towards a complete washout either. So it's one of those games we got to play. We're bouncing around between when do we go out, when do we adjust our plans, all that fun stuff. All right, that is the latest First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be back on here tonight at 9:30, giving you a more in-depth look at the forecast to help you plan out your day. Well, the next day, likely, at that point in time, and the week. Hope you can tune in later on today. And then tomorrow I'll be back on here for some First Alert weather action at 8 a.m. Have a great day.